Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. It's Wednesday night. You guys know what that means. The Robbie Bobby
night.
Oh, I thought this was a Robbie Bobby and Mario show, but apparently it's just a mock night.
That's true. It's always me and Mario. They know. The people know. The real fans know.
The real ones. The true OGs. They know. Rob, I didn't check any news today. I've been watching all day on phone though. I don't know outside of Gesicki. I'm going to start this draft up for us. Outside of Gesicki getting trade offers, not traded.
I think they're listening.
Being shopped.
Shopped is a good way of putting it. But I can definitely look up some NFL news while we're going through the auction mock for tonight.
Let's see what we get with this. Wait. What is this?
You didn't switch it.
Oh. No, I can't do Daryl Henderson 101. How do we end this? How do we pause? Here we go. I switched to auction.
Oh, Mario.
Let me fix it.
Go ahead, do your thing. So for the listeners out there, we were planning a auction draft, and Mario did not complete that. So we started as a snake, and he took Daryl Henderson 101.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You fix it up?
Giving me some qualms here. No, didn't fix it up quite yet. 1 second.
No problem.
Getting this fixed.
Little tech difficulties. It's okay, people. We're still here for you. All right, let's get into some news. Let me see if I could find anything worthwhile. Honestly, nothing going on today.
Good.
I mean,
a good start to the show. Hold on.
Michael Gallup, Michael Gallup's gonna start on the pup. Unlikely to start on the pup. Okay. That's different. That's good for the Cowboys. Interesting. I think that helps out CeeDee Lamb as well. If he is there to play, he'll definitely miss a couple weeks, but if he gets back sooner than later, I think that definitely helps. CeeDee Lamb, they like Noah Brown, and they also like the Semi Foco dude from Stanford. So those are two names to look for late in your drafts. Mario, what's going on over there?
We're getting it. Can you hop on Discord and join the new draft here?
Sure, I could do that.
Guys, I goofed up. I set it up for Snake.
Mario
what ended up happening is
right there, people.
I threw you to wolves. I ended up taking Daryl Henderson 1 because I thought I was nominating him.
You thought he was slick.
Where's House? Tell him to get in here.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry for this delay, people.
All right, we got our peeps. I think we could start it up, Rob. Let's
me?
get to moving.
I gotta hop in here.
Oh, you're in there.
No, I'm not.
Doesn't it show your? Oh, that I was looking at your screen. Oops. We don't have house yet. Tough times.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Rob, enough, Rob. I messed up, okay?
Mario, what are you drinking tonight? You got coffee or alcohol?
It's alcohol.
Well, there we go. Now we know.
there it is. House is on his way. And then we'll bot the rest of this.
Okay.
I am excited to do this because I have an auction league coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Something that I haven't. There's a lot. I'm going to start this because I don't think anybody else is joining at this point.
Okay.
Let's start this bad. My turn to nominate. All right.
Tried to get cute, and that's what we get.
Yeah, it's weird. You got to really scroll down to nominate here. But this is who I wanted to nominate. So I think that auctions are not loved enough in fantasy football. I really enjoy doing them. I am taking the strategy of nominating somebody that I know Cody really likes. So getting him, we're going to switch these times up here.
It's interesting.
Getting him to go for a guy that he likes a lot early and getting that money spent.
I mean, I don't mind him at $6. Okay. That's all right. So where are you? All right. So
here's my thought. I don't think Darrell Henderson goes at $7. And I think we just had Cody pay $7 for Darrell Henderson.
I don't think it's bad value at $7. Do you?
It depends because like in later drafts, you're looking at 1 to 4 max in auction.
Yeah. It's all right. So this is what we're trying to get into. There's so many different strategies and ideas that you can throw out there to make your other league mates spend their money while you save your money, right? That's the whole idea, the whole purpose of this whole thing. Get the players you want to get and try to get them cheaper than the other people are willing to spend. But I agree with you, Mario. I think this will take over the regular fantasy football model. Like, I think this is going to be the new norm. I think it's going to take a few years to really catch on because it's definitely progressing that way. But I think probably in a few years, this might be like 50-50 with snakes.
To me, it's the best way. It is absolutely the hardest because you really do have to kind of, and what I plan to do is have limits for a lot of my players come not next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, but the following. Have a lot of limits set on the most that I want to spend on them.
You really have to know who you want, what they normally go for, and don't be afraid to spend your money on the players you want.
Yeah. It really is that way. Like Austin Ekeler right now, it's tough when you don't. Like an example, neither of us have like our full preparation for a mock, right? Like this is just a mock to see how things are going. But Austin Ekeler going for 59, I'm not sure. We don't have like people's ranks. We don't have our own ranks. Like 59 seems like good value for Ekeler in a top. If you're ranking him top 5, I think 59 is a great value
for sure. Where are we at here?
Oh, this is your guy, Robbie. Did you just okay? So Rob, let's talk.
Yep.
I think we need to talk about like while we're doing this, what we're doing. You just nominated Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
Why? Was it like I'm rushing to get him out there? Like, tell me more.
Okay, I saw Ekeler go. I saw Taylor go, and they went right around there.
Dalvin for 54 seems cheap.
That's my thought. I think people. There's two ways to look at it, right? So the first 3 players were thrown out there. People didn't really spend their money. So I think I could get Dalvin right around where he should be. As opposed to, we'll see CMC, we'll see JJ, we'll see Jamar Chase, maybe some of these players going for way above what they should be going for. And that's where you can kind of swoop in and get some. Sometimes players early on, they want to save their money, right? So if I think I can get Dalvin, Dalvin's a player that I really like, but I would be okay with missing out on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So like you're expecting, because it could go a couple of different ways, right? It could go. We've seen CD Lamb, and I don't know what his projected money is. Like I don't know. It's got to be lower than Jamar Chase's, which is 51.
38.
Did he just go for 47?
47. So that's what I'm saying. Which
Yeah, it's
I'm
pretty,
high on
but
him.
like again,
So-
like you putting out Dalvin Cook was semi risky.
It was. But again,
Because
that's a player for me. He's a player that I really like. I wouldn't mind
And if he
spending.
goes for the right, okay.
I wouldn't mind
listening.
spending the money on him if the price is right. But if he goes ahead, that's fine. It's still early. I don't need to press anything. So he can either eat up a lot of money if somebody else's, or I can get him at a price that I'm comfortable with.
Who's your number one target in this draft, in this mock draft?
I mean, everyone's watching, but I already got my RB1. Okay. So with that being said, I'd really like to get either a premier tight end, maybe Pitts. Definitely wait on the quarterback in this kind of scenario. Cooper Kupp, I won't touch. He's going to go for too much money. And then I want to get a wide receiver that I think has the potential to boom, like a Terry McLaurin or
62 on Cooper Kupp.
See, that's too for me. Now that I have Dalvin, he already ate up a fourth of my money. I have to be kind of picky about the players.
Oh, this is your guy right here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get him, unfortunately, but that's okay. He's gonna go. That's the other thing with the mock that we're doing. We have the bots in here, so I can't get him at a steal even if I wanted to. So he's gonna go for 70.
Man, somebody jumped that up. I tried to put it at 63 for a while.
Yeah, but they're gonna go right at their money. So unless somebody wants them, right?
Which we have a couple people, so they'll go higher. Yeah, you can't offer past 50.
Yeah, so we're really gonna see who wants them. So you want Najee?
You're willing to spend 55 would have done it, but 55 seems fine with me for Najee. I actually really appreciate that. I know in one of my drafts last year, Jonathan Taylor went for 51 to 54, and we all kind of were like, kind of expensive, but okay, that seems cheap for an RB1. Well, we were all wrong.
Are you higher on Dalvin or Najee? Because they went right at the same price.
You know who I'm higher at.
Najee.
Yeah.
I think I've adjusted my ranks, and I think I have Dalvin a little higher. JJ's going to go for, where are we at? Where's he at? $50. He's going to go for 60. So let's bump this up.
You're bumping it up to 60.
He's going to go for,
you know, it's also kind of a fun little trick here that on online drafts, not in person, is you can catch people kind of just slamming the offer button, right? They're clicking it fast. They're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You bump something up to like 62 and you're like, okay, I'm okay with paying this. I could probably get cheaper. It's not the best strategy. Yeah, but you can stick people with that. Because you bump it up to 62 and they're expecting to bet, I don't know, 54. And the next thing they know, they're betting 63.
Who's your guy here that you're targeting? What was that, Najee?
I tried to do value here, actually. But I have come to learn in auctions, don't just hold your money. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I agree.
I would love to pair Najee and DeAndre Swift. I actually think that's like one of my, we've talked about this in basketball. Yeah. I'm very happy with these two as my starting RBs.
I would love Swift and Cook. I would love a Swift and Cook combo.
I'm surprised Swift went for 49. I see, again, that feels cheap. But I don't know what these guys are projecting at because we're going this fast.
Yeah, he was
like Nick Chubb is projected at 29. That seems low.
Swift was at 43. So
no, but Chubb at 29 seems very low.
It does.
And then Aaron Jones at see, like this is weird. Aaron Jones at 39, Alvin Kamara at 47. Odd.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do Chubb, these projections for like PPR.
I understand. Yeah, this is PPR based. So I get it with Chubb just because there's no PPR incentive. But having him as your RB2, pairing him with the Dalvin, with a Najee Harris, I think that's great value.
Oh, it's my turn to nominate.
So Cody's going for it, huh? Essentially, he's got a backup though on his squad.
I didn't mean to nominate
with Henderson going first for him. So we got Mixon going.
Yeah.
Are you warming up to Mixon or what?
No, it was an unintentional nomination. Rob, my strategy for nominations now are, I know you guys well enough. If I'm in leagues with you, if I'm in leagues with people that I know well enough and I know who they like, I will nominate early as hell. It used to be a sort of like, let me nominate the best QBs first, which is fine. Like, you'll get people spending on QBs that shouldn't, but it usually doesn't work out the way that you want. The way to approach, nominate the players that you know your friends, your league mates are all in for, and have them spend that money. Cause like, it's way early. They want these guys. They're targeting these guys. Go have them spend for it. Like, have at it.
I agree. There's no reason to not do that. You can, on your turn, you should be sitting out, right? You should be. I
think so.
So unless for me, the only reason I went for Dalvin Cook was, again, because it looked like people were trying to save their money for later. So I went for Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
But I would not have put my number one that I want out there.
Yeah. You put your number one out there, especially early. Later, it's a whole different ball game, but early, it's risky. Mm-hmm. Everyone has money to spend. You're really, like, right here. I know Alex is super high on Devontae. Let me get him to spend higher.
Wow. See, this is risky though. So Mario,
I know he's gonna bid there though. Like, it is psychological. Like, I think I was content with spending 50 on Devontae. That's fine. But getting Alex to spend 51 is better to me.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting. So if you got stuck with him, it would have been interesting.
It's risky. I think everyone's a little bit more casual because it's mock, but I still think this is like, again, you have to be confident in like knowing that this person really wants this guy this year.
Yeah.
Alex has Devontae ranked number one. I knew where he was going with that bid.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if you know your league, it's such an advantage because you can just throw people out you don't want at all. Like for me, Alvin Kamara, I'm not going to touch him, but I know people are going to bid on him. And if you can get somebody to bid $40, $50 on a player that you don't want and eat up a quarter of their money, that's an advantage for you.
Oh, look what House is doing.
See, so
he's doing.
He's listening in. He knows what we're doing here.
Where am I going with this? 31? That's probably too much. All right.
So House wants him here, huh?
Yeah, let him have it.
See, maybe he did not want him. You got to be picky with where you're going to spend your money. If you have a player eating up $50 of your $200.
It's funny that we mentioned like knowing your league mates because I think it is very vital. Like, auction's probably tough with people you don't know. Like, a random auction league is probably not easy. And knowing your league mates, knowing who they like, you're not always going to know that either. You really aren't. So the strategy that we're talking about is if you guys are talking constantly throughout the offseason, which honestly, Rob, before we were doing this podcast, I would be talking with these guys about players that I'm excited for, no matter what. Like, I wouldn't show my hand as much.
Yeah.
But so you might not know, right? But you might have a history of, like, I have my buddy Felix. He's in all my leagues. Been in my league since 2006 together. I know his guys. Like, he's very like, these are my guys, and I'm rolling with them year after year. Like, it was Allen Robinson for a while. It was DJ Moore for a while. It was some sort of Patriot for a while. Like, I know who he likes. It's real easy for me to pick out those. It's not always going to be the case for you in other leagues. And like what Rob said stands. Like, you want to nominate guys that are going to, you're not going to want. You want them nominated. Like, you don't necessarily want to nominate the top guys because you kind of want people to spend their money. So maybe nominating those mid-level guys that you're like, oh, there's a lot of hype around Gabe Davis. Let me nominate him and get people to spend. That is ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to do, right? You want to get people to spend their money, and you want to be the one standing at the end with $150 left, and everyone else has
to an extent, right? Like you
to an extent.
You don't want to be holding your bag either.
Yeah, I agree. As long as you get the players that you want to get, you want, there's a bunch of players that you want to come into the auction with that you're targeting. Like, this is my guy. This is who I want. As long as you can get them at a reasonable price.
Which right now, Tyreek for 35 seems reasonable with Jalen Waddle being a little banged up.
Yeah. I don't mind him at $35. Did someone snake him? You son of a bitch. Did you take him?
I don't got him yet, but I will.
You can have him. I'm not that in love with him.
Waddle's hurt.
I know.
That's all I'm going to say.
I know.
Waddle is hurt.
I get it. Here's your other dude. You going to go for him? Javonte Williams?
I have two RBs. It's a PPR.
Two good RBs.
That's not what I'm not going to flex an RB here. Not for the price.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Tyreek for 36 is pretty cheap.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good value. That's why I wanted him at 34, like $35. I'm comfortable with that.
36 was too out of your budget.
It was just, it was there. I didn't want to go to 38, and then you're getting up there with that. Allen, so let's see where he's going to go. That's the other thing. If you're fading a position like a quarterback, like I do, especially in auctions, because you can get a Kirk Cousins, you can get a Derek Carr, you can get a Justin Fields, somebody for $2 later on in the draft.
Rob, I want to take this time and ask you, is there a player that in May, and not injury related, May or June, you were all about? You loved them. They were your guys. Content for your dad bod squad, didn't end up making it, and you're falling out of love for. Who would it be?
Man, that's a fantastic question, Mario. Honestly, Najee is one of them. I'm still fade a little, not a ton. Don't get me wrong, a little. Other than that, I'm still pretty strong on what my original stance was. I think I've been fading Debo since the beginning. I think if anything, I'm higher on some people than I was previously, like AJ Brown. I'm starting to come around on. Ezekiel Elliott, I'm starting to come around on a little bit. Yeah, I know, but you
can't come around on Zeke when you're loving Pollard. You can't love both.
Why not?
I'm just kidding.
Again, in my mind, right? So we are so high on, as a group, as a collective, I think all of us are pretty high on Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I don't, why can't we be high on Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard? Because I see that playing out very, very similar, those players.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm starting to come on. I'm starting to gain some steam for DJ Moore as well.
This is my face to that.
Yeah. Quarterback play is not going to be great, but he's never had great quarterback play, and this is probably the best quarterback he's had. It's just, is he going to get the 160 targets?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to go into DJ Moore about. Like, still on the board in our mock right now. I'm pretty positive.
He is.
You know my thoughts. I've posted them on Twitter. It just seems a little worrisome that like we don't see Baker necessarily love a receiver. We haven't. Can it start? He's a young quarterback. Can it start? Absolutely. DJ Moore he's pretty freaking talented. Like Odell, he got to play with Odell though. Baker got to play with Odell, and for it to never necessarily amount to fantasy success in the sense of top wide receiver, top 15,
Mhm.
is scary. And Jarvis was a top 15 wide receiver in his time in Miami,
Yeah,
mostly because
I
of
agree.
PPR. And we didn't see that much with him and Baker either.
For me, what I'll say on that is DJ Moore it's him and CMC on that team. Those are the two that are going to get the targets. I don't see anybody else really, especially we know how Baker is in Cleveland.
Mark Andrews for 38 is crazy.
It's a good steal.
Is it? Isn't that high?
Not for a premier tight end, dude.
Okay. What did Kelsey go for?
50.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a discount. I think I spent 54 on George Kittle last year. So if that's saying anything.
Yes. So anyways, back to DJ Moore. In my opinion, I think that there's no one else really for him to throw to. And I really do think that the offense in Carolina is going to be a lot pass heavier.
We got your boy Kyle Pitts there.
I don't want to say pass heavier. I want to say more friendly for the wide receivers as opposed to a Cleveland offense that is more geared towards the tight ends and in the middle of the field, which Baker didn't really thrive at. It's not like I have too much love for Baker's skill set or him as a fantasy football player, but I think he might be able to support a DJ Moore better in that offense than he was able to support a hurt Odell Beckham or an older Jarvis Landry in the Cleveland offense.
Hey, I'm gonna kind of switch gears here real quick, and it's something I notice. And honestly, it's a feature that I don't think should exist in Sleeper or any auction platform. Man, you are hammering away at Mike Evans right now. Alex just passed on Keenan Allen at around $4 or something. It said pass in his logo.
I would never do that.
Well, first off, I'm kind of upset that Sleeper shows the pass section.
Yeah,
because
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Your opponent's more confident that I could I'm okay with okay, I want to pass so I'm not notified or not paying attention to this situation or I don't accidentally hit something. I don't know why they show it. So if you're in a Sleeper draft and you're doing auction, I would advise to avoid pressing pass if you can, because you're showing somebody I'm done bidding. I am not in. Yes, there's 11 other teams. 10 if you're not including yourself in the pass person. But that's just one less person to worry about. And if everyone's using that feature, it's that many more.
Mm-hmm.
Weird feature.
I agree.
What a weird feature.
100% agree with you, Mario.
Why would Sleeper offer that?
I have no idea.
Should I tweet them and ask them?
Yeah, sure. Maybe they'll answer. It's a good question. I mean, I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point in hitting.
How would it benefit the person that is passing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't.
The argument is, well, this is not what our podcast.
Maybe you don't accidentally hit the offer button. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Super odd. Don't like that. If you're in an auction draft on Sleeper and you're doing it online, try to avoid that. Somebody, oh no, it's me. What do you think Barkley goes for here?
At least $46.
Wow. Wait, that's his
projection? Yeah. I think he's one of the players you can get at a steal without bots. I would have been all over him if there weren't bots in this. Except House is up there at 46. So
you try to press him for 47. See what happens.
No, because then I'll get stuck with him. I like that. I think Barkley's he'll be fine this year. I really do. I think he's got potential as a top 5 back.
Oh. Where do you have him ranked? Yeah. Do you have it in front of you or no? I could pull it up if you don't.
I believe 12th.
Ooh, maybe I'm the high guy on Barkley nowadays.
Maybe. Let me take a.
I'm here. You have him at 12. 14, which isn't low. It's not
I have
low.
him at 14.
Yeah.
That's too low.
Weirdly, Cody has him at 19, where I wasn't expecting that.
I think by very soon he'll be in my top 9.
Oh shoot, I'm nominating.
Top 9. I think that's right for him. Top 8.
I wanted to see what Alex is going to spend here.
Yeah, let's get there.
He said LOL in the chat. I'll do one more.
You fuck. Why are you coming at me?
Ooh, do I do another one? He's currently at 29. I'll do one more. Yep. Raised it up $5.
You got me.
You really wanted his Michael Pitti.
I do. I
Top
want
12
Michael
receiver.
Pittman. I think he's one of the last legit receivers here that can be a top 10 receiver. Besides my boy Amon.
Cordy!
Yeah, he's got the potential.
Is this the payback here from Alex?
I mean, that's cheap, man. I don't have enough money. Oh, no.
You can't. You're broke. You and Cody are pretty broke, but I'm about to enter that broke category. I'm
okay with my lineup as is, man. So I have Dalvin Cook at 54, Ezekiel Elliott at $30, Terry McLaurin at 24, Michael Pittman at 31, and Kyle Pitts at 34. I love my lineup. Now it's filling in the pieces behind them.
What about Amon-Ra St. Brown? How much are you going to spend on him?
It depends if I have enough money. You know I love my Amon-Ra, but...
Yeah, that would be probably a sad day.
I mean, if I can get him for my flex spot, I'd be thrilled.
Alex said Team 10 and 11 are killing it. Team 10, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, George Kittle, and Aaron Jones. Pretty solid at the RB position. They have $5 left. Team 11 has $14 left. Alvin Kamara, JJ, Keenan Allen, and Mark Andrews. They're doing all right, but they're broke.
They're broke.
They're more broke than the three, me, you, and Cody are.
Yeah, and I have 5 players filled in. That's why I'm very comfortable with my roster build right now. Because you can get steals later. I think McLaurin and Pittman do have potential to be both top 15 to top 8 receivers. So if I can get them to kind of take a step forward this season, I think I'm pretty.
Are you going to call them and ask if they could take a step forward for your fantasy team?
Yeah, I mean, Pitti doesn't answer me back, but Terry does. I mean, we're Buckeyes, so he helps me out when I ask.
Yeah. I can't even offer at this price. Let me just hit the pass button.
Should we both hit pass?
Yeah. We're choosing to pass here.
We're over here saying never hit the pass button, and we both pass.
Well, it's over our bid.
Yeah.
Then make sure you're saying that. I have a max of 29. Rob has a max of 18. We're hitting pass as it hit 31.
And we're doing that to talk a little ish.
What do you think we could get for AJ Brown here?
He's at $30, so $30.
You know what's not fair in these mocks that we do is these are fast. These are fast paced. We're trying to get as many picks as we can for the episode, and it ends up being pretty tough to, I guess, think through your bids and everything. These are 10-second bids.
Yes,
these aren't 30. They're not 60.
So that's why we harp on it. I mean, I do, at least. You talk about it. If you're going into an auction draft, you need to map it out and see, okay, I'm willing to spend this much money on this player, this much money on this player. Let the board fall to you and know the guys that you're really willing to spend on and try to get them. But you really do need to kind of have a game plan going into it. Know what these players should be going for. You don't want to spend $60 on Kyle Pitts when you can get, you can get another Cole Kmet for $15. You need to know where people should be going and don't jump over that price too much. Like you want to get your guys, but don't get killed doing it.
Yeah, and like I kind of have that feeling right now, Rob. I don't think I ended up targeting Tyreek Hill and putting him on my roster is fine. I'm happy as he's my wide receiver 1. I think there's some it's still August, but Waddle hobbling off the field was a little concerning to me. We still have Tua throwing the ball. It's not the same Tyreek. I don't imagine it being the same Tyreek. So spending 36 on him was not in my plans. And like, it's fine. It really is. Was it completely a sound decision made within 10 seconds? Probably not, to hit that bid button, but I'm not necessarily regretting it yet. But it can get worse, and it can steamroll, and it can, as people have said in the fantasy community all the time, you can go on tilt. And I don't think that Tyreek was a tilt situation for me, but if he went for 41, would I have been on tilt with the rest of my team? Probably.
Who would you rather have had at the price that went? So Tyreek went at 36 or Michael Pittman at 31?
I would probably at price, probably Michael Pittman, but then you look at $5 and you're like, is that a lot? And we'll see later in the draft. I'll have a more sound decision later if $5 kills me, which it might.
Okay, so who do you have ranked higher, Michael Pittman or Tyreek?
Probably Michael Pittman.
You probably do, because you've been pounding the table for Michael Pittman.
That's 9-10, but it's Michael Pittman.
You have both 9-10.
They're 9-10, yeah.
Yeah, so like, okay, $5. We're right around the same, price, right around the same area.
For 9-10 though, like I certainly should have just waited on Michael Pittman at 31.
That's where I'm getting. Like,
yeah,
you
absolutely.
So you were trying to bid me up on Tyreek. You ended up getting not stuck with him, but you ended up getting him.
This is a Robbie guy. You could tell by he lost train of thought when he saw Michael Thomas's face.
Yeah, I did.
He said, "This is a guy that I need."
I don't mind a man at $12.
What about 13?
Okay, you got him.
I didn't take him.
Oh, did I get him? Okay, yeah. Michael Thomas is my flex. I'm fine with that at $12. He's another guy. Like, okay, so right there, I'm missing out on Amon-Ra by making that bid. That sucks, but I really do think Michael Pittman is one of the few players that could come back and be a top 15 receiver.
All right, go ahead and talk about you missing out on Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, sucks. I'm going to miss out on him. I don't have enough money left in the bank. I still have my sweet sun god. I promise you, any other auction draft, you would be on my squad.
He's never going to forgive you.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's
on, not going to forgive you.
Teams. But it also kind of comes back, like I'm trying to construct, this is a mock, right? So I'm trying to construct different types of teams that I have not really been constructing, right? So
different builds.
Yeah, different builds. So I want to see how this is going to play out. Yeah, okay, I missed out on Amon-Ra. Who can I kind of replace Amon-Ra with that I'd be comfortable with? I think Michael Pittman's a very good kind of comp. I don't know the ADPs off the top of my head. I would assume they're
vastly different.
Similar. Are they?
No. Yeah.
Michael Pittman a lot higher. Or yes. I'm sorry. Michael Thomas a lot higher.
Oh, you said Michael Pittman.
Did I? I apologize. I'm sorry. Michael Thomas.
No.
Michael Thomas.
Okay. I should have put together 2 and 2 there. They're closer than what I was just saying.
So yeah, if I miss out on Amon-Ra, am I comfortable with Michael Thomas sliding into my flex, my wide receiver 2, or however my team is constructed? I think I am. I think I'm comfortable with that.
Interesting. Michael Thomas is 32. Amon-Ra is 22.
ADP. I love Michael Thomas at that ADP.
Yeah, but the Amon-Ra that he's probably going to go less than Michael Thomas here. I think he might not. I went and grabbed Michael Thomas, so he might not.
Did you bid me up on him? $12. I mean,
I'm too scared to.
I'm
all out.
I bet they go. One. I think they're really going to go right around the same price. You're all out on Michael Thomas.
Yes.
Why is that?
He's dealing with another injury right now. He's 29. He hasn't played without Drew Brees. He's in a new offense, same offensive coordinator. So same offense, not a new offense. Same offense. Say. There's vastly more options than he ever saw with him. There is. You have Olave, you have Jarvis, you have, Kamara's back and Ingram's there too.
I really think that helps him, man.
Who did he have before? It was Ted Ginn. I don't think so. He was getting. How can you say it helps him at a monster PPR machine? Like maybe his game is gonna be different now, but like,
am I looking for the? Okay, let's preface this, right? So I am not looking for 160 catches from Michael Thomas. I don't think that's realistic. Do I think that he could be a top 15 receiver? I genuinely do. And I think that will only happen if, Chris Olave has a decent start to his career and he can kind of take the top off the defense, open some space up for Michael Thomas. You also need Jarvis kind of.
He's the same player.
Is he? Jarvis will be way more in the middle.
The lesser of the two.
Yeah, 100%.
But he's great.
He hasn't been great in a while.
Neither has Michael Thomas, buddy. Neither has Michael Thomas.
But bump. That's fair. It's a fair point, but
hey, can you real quick before you go on, can you slide down your thing? The offer button should still remain. And if it doesn't, I would ask if you could slide over to it does stay. Ooh, I'm nominating. Ooh, I got Allen Robinson. Look at that.
I see Gabe.
I got Allen Robinson for the $1 less. $1 less than you did Michael Thomas. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel any sort of way?
It's interesting. I don't know, man. I think they're both kind of in the same camp to me, where I think they both have like crazy potential. And I can also see them both being like wide receiver 22.
You're that high on Michael Thomas then, huh?
If he stays healthy,
it's
I'm going to preface
a similar
that,
situation.
Obviously.
They're the same age.
I have to preface if he stays healthy, we can say that about anybody. Anything can happen on any given play. I understand Michael Thomas hasn't played in 2 years because of an ankle injury. He probably didn't handle it right because there were some issues with the whole, like, how they went about attacking the injury.
Team 6 is outbidding
they're saying
everyone right now.
They are saying that his ankle's fully healthy, like 100%. And there's reports coming out of camp. He looked like Michael Thomas of old. So if that's the truth, he has top 15 upside. Again, if he stays healthy. Has he had a lot of soft tissue injuries before? No. So like this hamstring thing's kind of new. Yeah, it sucks, but
he's 29.
He's
Allen Robinson.
And he's not a burner. That's not his game. So like I don't need to worry about that.
Hamstrings you need to worry about in general, though.
What's that?
I would worry about hamstrings no matter what.
I agree. I'm not saying hamstring. I'm saying like age. I'm not going to worry about 20. It's not a
Deshaun Jackson fall off.
You have Tyreek Hill on your team. How old is Tyreek?
He's the same age.
Okay. Don't want to hear it.
Same age, but not dealing with 2 years out of football.
Nobody knows the real story behind that whole thing, dude. Like, who knows? Who knows what the whole situation was with the ankle? Who knows, like, maybe he was pissed off with the Saints and he didn't want to play for 2 years. Who knows? So
if he hurts for $7 and I feel great about it.
$7?
$7.
I'm sleeping. I have not been paying attention.
Can I round it out here? Oh, somebody outbid. Damn.
Colts.
Yeah. That would have been
Yeah,
nice.
15.
I would have been real content with my team.
Yeah, that'd be a good squad.
Hey, I'm gonna have to.
That'd be a
fill
very
this
good
in
squad.
with Komet or a late tight end. I'm assuming.
There's nothing wrong with that. Getting Komet there.
No,
I think
I'm gonna
that's
need it.
doable.
I'm gonna need to bargain shop a little at the tight end position.
Yeah. I think that's definitely doable though. Got some nice teams coming together. I think we all kind of got some players that we're high on and spent money where we wanted to.
So I want to call out one of our bots, right? Like they're set up to not overbid. They're not set up from our perspective. It's how Sleeper sets them up. They won't get irrational. They'll see the projection and that's their limit. But it is interesting to look at Team 6. One of the teams that never seemed to have players fall its way, and they just ended up holding on to money. So I want to use this as a time to talk about a team that likes to hold their money until the very last minute. They have $118 as their max bid right now. Nobody's going to go
either.
It's not great though. Like you have Patty Mahomes, you have Miles Sanders as your RB1. You don't have an RB2. You have Gabe Davis as your wide receiver 1 or Marquise Brown. You can say that's 2 wide receiver 2s if you believe in those sort of things. The Gabe Davis is really who I'm targeting there. And Dalton Schultz as your tight end, which fine. Dalton Schultz is fine for your tight end. So is Patty Mahomes. But my God, they have faded the wide receiver and running back position so much. They just ended up scooping Chris Godwin for $9. That is not a deal to me. That is you're going to get a guy coming off his torn ACL for $9. And that's what it will be. It could be fine.
A good team.
It
7
will be fun. Lamar Jackson, Antonio Gibson, AJ Dillon. I thought I had TJ Hawk here. AJ Dillon, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Darren Waller, Amari Cooper, Elijah Mitchell, Juju Smith. A lot of good. Those wide receivers are fire.
It's a good.
Chase, Waddle, that's pretty solid.
It's a solid squad.
It's kind of well rounded. There's issues there though. Like go back to that. AG as your wide running back 1.
I would say Dillon.
You got him for 9. Yeah, he got AG for 9.
You got Mitchell on the bench. So it'll probably be
much more.
Mitchell and Dillon. Right?
The Waller's kind of being a little bit scary. And for 27, it's not a gamble I'm willing to take at auctions on August 24th, 2022. Right? Like,
yeah.
Next week, this could be completely different.
Brady went for a
lot
buck.
Of concerns with Waller. Yeah, the QBs can go pretty cheap. Alex is probably jumping in his shoes right now. Like, I got Tom Brady for $1. Yeah, don't let Cody get his cheap quarterback. We'll just bid him up to 2 every time.
House took him. My bad.
We just keep bidding him up. He's got Stafford, Carr, and Kirk in his arsenal. He wants the Trey Lance one. This is a rookie mistake right here, Rob.
You're right.
You could have waited.
I'll take him for 3. Why would you do that?
I need a backup quarterback. What a rookie. This is a rookie mistake that you made.
It was.
You have $2 as your max bid now, or 3.
Yep.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, not what I. Not a great idea. Not a great idea.
You said it earlier on this episode. Never bid. Never.
I did.
You hate to see it.
Yeah,
this is the fall. This is the fall of Valeria.
Still, Trey Lance at $5 it's a steal.
Come on, Team 6. Ooh, House going 12 on Darnell. House might have some Darnell Mooney love for $12. At this point in the draft, it's way easier to talk about each bid after we scramble around to make sure we're getting our bids in.
Thielen at $1.
Just went for $1. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Rob can't bid more than that.
Am I low bid right now?
No, you're not, but you're close.
Mario, hold it down for me real quick.
I got Bateman for 5. I'll take it.
Hit the bathroom.
All right, Robbie.
Keep
you're
the
just gonna
flag
leave
up in
me
the
here.
background.
No. All right, we'll leave it. Dallas Goddard on board right now. I'll bet a $3 on him. Let's round out my team. Stack them up. Jalen Hurts, Goddard. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. It's fine with me. We'll keep value betting. Get some KW3 for $3. I don't like it. I love it. DeAndre Hopkins for 2? Why not? Add a depth. Robbie, I'm on a roll, dude. I just landed 3 dudes.
What?
For relatively cheap.
What is going on right now?
I got Nook for 2, Ken Walker III for 3, and Bateman for 5. Those are value picks. I love them.
What is House doing with all this money?
Holding it, saving it.
No, they're coming for Pollard. No,
you can't even offer enough, Rob. Robbie, here we are again.
And Tony Pollard. TP, you know my love for you. But I do have Zeke, so I can't be upset about it. Right?
We need a skirt as it cuts off.
Yeah.
I got Zeke. It's fine.
Let me ask you this, Mario. So you take
Cordarrelle
Zeke.
going for 9 or 8 compared to what we just saw.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting.
Let me ask you this. Say Zeke falls to you 4th round. You get him, RB2. I'm comfortable with him being my RB2. Would you still be willing to take a Tony Pollard in the 8th, 7th, or 8th?
Yeah.
You're cool with both of them on your team.
You
That
see
early.
what House said, by the way? It wasn't taking his bids, apparently.
Wow, and you snagged him for $7.
No, the team Don't Let Cody Get a QB is in full swing right now with the bots, and I love it. No, like I think there's not many times where I've targeted Zeke, so I'm not speaking from experience here. But if I could get Pollard in the 7th or 8th at this point, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Again, recently featured in the article I just put out today. He is a guy that I would love to target in those rounds because I think the reception work is going to be there. And if the reception work is going to be there, there's only so little the RB has to do from that point on.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
So
do you
it's
think
like
there's going to be reception work for both of them? Enough?
Maybe. Again, like this is coming from a biased standpoint. Like I'm you got me on the train of Pollard now. I think we know enough to know that Zeke should be a capable
RB2.
back. Yeah, he should. I mean, he finishes at RB1. It wasn't great points per game, but like the dude is durable. And is this when the wheels fall? It's kind of like the Tom Brady feeling, right? Like Zeke is 45 in RB years at this point.
Yeah.
And not so much his age, but his carries are the highest in the league. I think Melvin Gordon is comparable, or if not more. But again, you're not drafting Melvin Gordon where you're drafting Zeke.
Yeah.
So when it comes to where you're drafting those guys, Zeke is going so much further. And to kind of have like you're betting on him staying healthy again. If he stays healthy again, Ian Hardett said it in our episode. Nobody's mad about 15 points per game. Like it's not what you're expecting. It definitely isn't what you drafted him for last season. But when he's going RB 16 to 18, 15 points is perfectly fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can get him at that, I think that's a crazy discount from what we've seen from him. And if
Team 6, wait, let me chop you off real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Team 6 went from Patty Mahomes about 10 minutes ago to a full damn team. And they still have $78 left. And they have 2 positions. This is why you spend your money. Go ahead, Rob.
Yes, that is why you spend your money, because he's going to walk away with 60
a bunch
bucks.
of average, a bunch of mid,
Mid.
as the youngsters call it.
Yeah. So where was I at, Mario? Now you got me all discombobulated. We're talking Zeke, right? So yeah, I think Zeke at that discount, at an RB 15 to 16 to 20, if you can get him at that price, I don't see why he is not fully capable of being an RB2 with RB1 upside. And then if you can still snag Tony Pollard, he's still probably an RB2 floor just with his receiving work. So you really could pair the 2 of them. I wouldn't do it as RB1, RB2, but would I be comfortable with both of them on my team? 100%.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Rob. Like, you're not avoiding AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones on your team. Exactly. If you are, you're not necessarily, like, I don't want to say you're playing fantasy wrong, but like to those high level RB2s who have huge upside as handcuffs alone, but you're expecting them to be pretty decent. And like their draft capital, their ADP, AJ Dillon, RB24, Tony Pollard, RB25, I think. So like they're outside the top 24 RBs. Yeah. Why are we going to fade them in any situation?
Let me ask you this. Are you more comfortable with, let's see, Aaron Jones at mid-second? Okay, so say you're taking mid-second to late second, and AJ Dillon in what, the 7th? Or like Ezekiel Elliott in the 4th and Tony Pollard in the 7th?
Say it one more time. Give me it back one more time.
Okay, so at ADPs, right? So we're talking ADP, Green Bay backfield or Cowboy backfield on your team.
Oh, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, I don't think you're picking this though.
I'm just asking.
Well, I guess if I had a preference, it's Green Bay. But the problem is you're not picking between the two, because if you're to say Aaron Jones goes what? Anywhere on that swing of first to second, and Zeke goes anywhere mid to late second.
Zeke?
So like it's different. Yes.
Is he not going in the 3rd still? Like late 3rd?
Okay. And maybe you're right. No, not late 3rd. Not late 3rd. Early 3rd. Are you checking? I have these things memorized. I think I do, which is sad. We shouldn't laugh about that because it feels sad. Zeke goes ADP wise.
You got it up?
Yes. 29 overall. So, okay, you're closer than I thought, but that's early 3rd, right? Mid to early 3rd.
Yeah.
So that first half of the draft, you may be considering that backfield.
Okay.
The late half of that draft, you're probably going to be considering Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Either way, you're not necessarily considering that backfield, but I guess I'm saying I don't think you can get Aaron Jones in so many situations. I guess you're right. So if you're early pick, would you rather have Zeke and Tony Pollard? Because it's got to be an early pick.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly Zeke and Pollard. And the
reason the ADPs, because you can go receiver.
I know I'm rambling about this and I apologize, but I'm just trying to work this out in my head. So if I'm first half, if I'm 6 and earlier, I'm going Zeke and Pollard. If I could get Zeke at 3.3, I'm doing it. For back half, where I may end up with Aaron Jones, whether that's on the turn, like the back early second, or maybe it's late first, whatever it may be, if I'm a back half, I'm probably going Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Who did I just nominate and take?
Cole Kmet's up here.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. What a cool auto draft.
See, this is kind of what we're saying here. Cole Kmet's going to go for $3. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that's insane value.
It is good value. It's also, there's not a lot that like people are necessarily about Kmet, but yeah, it's nice. Rob, let's go over our teams as they stand, and we'll kind of cut this off. And we'll just talk about ours and maybe anything that stands out to you with the bots, but we're not going to talk about the bots. Other than Team 6, I think we talked about the bots, what we needed to talk about. Don't hold your money. They're stuck with $71 right now, which is embarrassing for the world. So let's go. You're kind of limited right now, which is kind of funny. Let's go over your 6 guys that you have. It's 8.
9.
8. 9. All right. Go over them. But,
so
in detail, like this build, you don't have to necessarily go through one by one, but
okay, yeah. So my quarterback was Trey Lance. I did kind of goof up on that. I could have waited and probably got a quarterback for $1 at some point, like Dak Prescott went for $1. Tom Brady. Yeah. I could have waited, but I think Trey Lance. The more I'm in on it, the more this goes on, the more I'm in on him. The more I think he's got top 5 potential. Dalvin Cook, we talked about him a lot already. He was my number 1 kind of pick. Ezekiel Elliott at $30. Just got done talking about him. T-Mac and Michael Pittman as my wide receiver duo. I'm very comfortable with that. I think they both have great upside and a pretty good floor. Like, I don't think they're either going to, I think both of them will not finish below 20. So I think I'm comfortable with that. Kyle Pitts, he is my guy this year. I think he has every reason he can finish tight end 1, no problem. Michael Thomas we talked about, and I just got Kadarius Toney for $1 and Melvin Gordon for $2. So I'm very comfortable with my setup.
Rob didn't read my article about Melvin Gordon, how you should fade him because his upside is limited, but it's fine.
Well, I'm limited on
spending capital
and who's left. So I had to kind of.
Oh, I don't want James Robinson. Don't do this.
Did Dame go?
No, damn it. Yeah, he did. So I'm going to go through mine real quick and kind of my thought process as I went through this draft. Ooh, I didn't end up having to spend on him. That's good. If you scroll back up, I got Jalen Hurts for $7. That was actually kind of I don't think it's too much.
No.
The rushing upside's there. I'm happy with it.
No,
he spent $5 on Trey Lance. I kind of think it's the same thing. There's rushing upside there. When you have Lamar and Josh Allen Josh Allen throws a little bit more, but Lamar goes for what, 20s?
Yeah.
So like we're getting the guy again, we're not saying that this is going to be the next Lamar.
Sorry,
but
people.
It's still not a bad price to spend on a quarterback. $7. I'm okay with it. I went RB heavy. So Najee and DeAndre Swift took over a tiny bit over $100 for me. So that's where I went. Ended up getting Tyreek for 36. We talked about that. Felt a little rich for what I would prefer. Mm-hmm. Came back with Cortland Sutton, who I have ranked very high. And I'm willing to spend the 21 on him. I can't outbid House with his George Pickens.
I just did it.
Oh, you can. So I got Dallas Goedert, and there was a run of cheap players. There was a point in this draft where things were going cheap. I got Goedert for $3. Look, say what you want. I'll take the upside of spending $3 on a tight end when I already faded the position. Go to my other tight end who I got for $3, Zach Ertz. Again, I need some sort of upside.
I was also a great combo, man. That's a great combo.
Looking for Kmet, but at this point, I faded the tight end position. I was still able to secure 2 for $6. They're not your Kyle Pitts. They're not your Kelsey, but I already passed on those guys, right? So, like, let me try to make this up somewhere else. Same with wide receiver in a sense. I got Allen Robinson, who I have some upside about. So I got him for $11. I think that's okay. But even more than that, I swung around to get Bateman for $5. Love that. Hopkins for $2. Loved it. I nominated Burks for one, love it, and spent an extra buck for $2 on Sky Moore.
Yeah.
There's my receivers, as those will be my guys that are back up. The problem with my build that I have, I didn't secure any RBs past my 2, and it shows. So where I will be hurting is probably in the RB position if something happens to Swift or Najee.
Yeah, I just snagged Nyheim Hines too. So I have
Great.
Cook, Elliott, Gordon, and Nyheim Hines. But yeah, my RBs are thin as well. I think that's kind of the theme of auction drafts, especially with bots, because they'll take 5 or 6. So
yeah, they'll go all day with them because the projected amount.
Yeah.
Is there a team between our boys that you like? We got our dad bod crew on here. We have Tom Brady, ETN, Montgomery, Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, Travis Kelce, Robert Woods, Christian Kirk, Tyler Boyd, and Kenneth Gainwell. That's Alex's squad. Cody has rounded his squad. $1 on Dak Prescott. His Darrell Henderson at 7, I think, is high, but I nominated him first to see what Cody would spend on him. Eckler at 59. Is that what I'm seeing right, Rob?
Yep.
And he's got Pollard and James Robinson. So his RBs are also a little slacking, but he does make up for it in his wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, and Brandon Ayuk. Those are solid.
Yeah, very solid receivers.
He has 3 top 12 consensus guys, and one that I think is capable of falling in that top 20 mark. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Diggs, Samuel, and Evans. Wow. We looked at Rob's, and House has his team of Russell Wilson, Chubb, Barkley, solid RBs.
Yes.
CeeDee Lamb, Deontay and Johnson, TJ Hawk, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darnell Mooney, Derek Carr as his bench, Hunter Renfrow, Pierce, Lazard, Komet, Pickens.
He's got a nice squad.
I think House has the most rounded out of us.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of hits every part. Like that. Go back up for me.
Yeah. Very well rounded.
There's no like screaming stud, but there's no weak spots.
Lamb, Deontay, Amon, Mooney. I mean, he's got upside. He's got floor. He has upside and floor at the running back position. He's got 2 good quarterbacks. His bench is deep.
I wouldn't say he drafted the best out of us 5.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think he did. It's a solid team.
Yeah.
Robbie?
Mario?
We're on tomorrow. Me, House, and Alex. No Robbie.
Maybe I'll stop by.
Maybe I'll stop by. I need you for Monday. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Just in case you want to factor in that decision before you decide to hop on by tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. We have our in-season schedule ready, not perfected. Rob Norton will be joining us in the season once weekly.
Yep. Can't wait. That's going to be fun.
Is expanding. I know. I'm excited for that too, Rob.
Yeah.
We're going to, again, kind of prefacing this a little bit. It looks like 4 episodes a weekend plus a Sunday start. So 5 technically, plus a Sunday start sit hour right before kickoff. Hopefully you guys can all join us before then. We'll answer your questions. We want it to just be Q&As, not about us, but about football. So like that's our dream. I'll be saying it all the way up until the season starts to hopefully get as many of you there on Sundays with us. I know I got a comment here from House. I knew it.
Fire.
Yeah, we got some things in the works for you guys again. We kind of like to be cryptic about it because we're not certain about what it is yet.
Yep.
But
got a lot of stuff working out right now.
Exciting.
Yeah.
We won't let you down. We're excited for it. Yeah. I'm ready for the season. Are you, Rob?
It's been a long off season. A very long off season for us, I think.
Working our butts off.
We've been working a lot. But yeah, man, it's right around the corner. Right around the corner. Let's get it. It's about that time.
Well, If you're not already, check us out on Twitter at DadBodFM, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, DadBod Fantasy Squad. I don't know if Rob can hear me right now because I sometimes cut out. Okay, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and what's the other one? Begins with the C, Rob?
All the major platforms.
For myself and Robbie Bobby, peace.